Thank
It's
you.
okay. It's
The floor
okay,
is yours.
Odile?
You can start. Thank you.
It's okay? Hello, everybody. I hope you and your family are doing well. My name is Danielle. I'm wine producer in Loire Valley on Touraine and Touraine Chenonceaux appellations. I'm working with my husband Pascal on the domain Pascal Gibault since 1992. Welcome in my town, Noyer-sur-Cher. Noyer-sur-Cher is located 2000, no, 200 kilometers south from Paris, along the river Cher. In the middle of this area, surrounded by the famous Château de la Loire, like Chambord, Cherny, Chenonceaux. Noyer-sur-Cher lives also from its viticulture, which occupy the eastern part of the town. The vineyards extend over an area of 250 hectares. Currently, we are 10 wine producers in Noyer-sur-Cher. In my town, you have different sightseeing. The Berry Canal, the Chapelle Saint-Lazare, dating from the century the 12th, and also a memorial of American graffiti. For this last site, you have a museum of the American presence during the War the First, 1917-1919. Some soldiers of the 41st Divisions made some graffiti inside Kiev. Memorial of Three Provinces, the name of this memorial, is a monument that features the carving of American soldiers during the war. A little history. President Woodrow Wilson declared war to Germany despite his long efforts to stay out of. General Pershing was the head of the U.S. Army and the American Expeditionary Force. In the fall of 1917, the first troops of the 41st Division arrived in the Cher Valley and until 1919. The American chief of to make the center and necessary for the
Excuse
war
me to
effort,
interrupt, Danielle.
hospital,
Danielle,
training
the sound.
camps.
Excuse, Danielle. Yeah, I'm sorry. The noise of the voice is very. It has a lot of hitches. Maybe we can remove your camera. So turn off your camera, and maybe the sound will be better because having both the voice and the video reduces the quality of the voice. So maybe we can remove the turn off your camera and we keep only the voice. Can you hear me? I don't know if it's my connection or it's your or it's the Danielle. Yes, just turn off your video and we stick to the voice and the slides.
It's possible
Okay?
that it's my connection.
Okay, turn off your camera,
Pas tout
please.
compris. Excusez-moi.
Ah, vous éteignez votre caméra. Je vais voir si je peux le faire depuis
Là,
ici.
ah, c'est bon.
Okay,
C'est bon?
and just the sound. Okay.
Okay, just the
I
sound.
hope so.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Just the sound. Okay?
Yes. So you
Okay,
asked me to move to the next slide whenever we need.
the
Thank you.
next slides. Alors, I, oui, yes. No, yes,
I'm sorry.
uh, okay. I, yes, I said that the American chief of staff chose to make the center of France an intermediate base between landing ports and combat zone. This intermediary base was used for stocking a large portion of material necessary for sustaining the war effort, hospital, training camps, and lodging for the new recruits just arrived from the United States. This choice was made due to the transportation facilities, notably by rail, available in the region. Sorry, my accent is not very good. The High Commandment of the American Expeditionary Corps realized the need to create a system to replace wounded soldiers or those killed in combat. This is why the 41st Division was designated as a replacement division, December 8, 1917, a few days before its deployment in France. It integrated the service of supply and the intermediate section. The superior officers of the 41st Division were housed at the Chateau of Saint-Aignan. It's not very far from here, about 3 kilometers. While the men from different units were lodged in the camps or by one of the local inhabitants. The main camp was located in the community of Noyer-sur-Cher. Graffiti carved into the stone walls of houses and barns. Their hometowns and one count about 20 American states, which show the extent of the draft. Starting January 1919, 16,000 men left Noyer-sur-Cher for Brest to board a homeward ship. The rest of the division would return the United States by other ports. The graffiti left by the soldiers shows that up until June 1919, units were still present in Noyer. Their great diversity seems to show that the 41st Division camp was used as a halt during the way to return home. The last issue of the camp newspaper, which named the Saint-Aignan Windmill, print on June 13, 1919, bore the headline, "Everybody's going home tout de suite." Now, I introduce the Touraine Chenonceaux appellation. First point, the consecration of this appellation. The recognition of the Touraine Chenonceaux appellation has emerged after several years of rigorous work selecting the best terroir and vintages which arise from it. The passion and efforts of motivated winemakers to develop a product that they knew unique are now rewards. 2011 marks a new phase with the first harvest of AOC Touraine Chenonceaux. The second point is the influence of the river Cher. The Touraine Chenonceaux vineyards covers both banks of the river Cher on two departments, Loire-et-Cher and Indre-et-Loire. Concentrated on the upper slope, it has the particularity of being implanted on clay siliceous grounds, also called perruche, as well as oil flint and limestone soils. Good luminosity, regular ventilation, and low pluviometry characterize the microclimate of the Cher Valley, so favorable to grow vines. These conditions take part naturally in the identity of Touraine Chenonceaux wines by influencing their aromas and their structure. And the third point, the expression of the terroir. The elaboration of the Touraine Chenonceaux appellation wines follow restrictive and very precise technical specifications. This is a proof of the wine grower's level of requirements. Vine pruning is controlled. The yields are limited to 60 hectolitres per hectare for white and 55 hectolitres for red to increase the concentration. In the cellar, white wines must be matured on fine lees until minimum end of April. After the harvest, and for red wines until minimum end of August. Once the wine has matured, experts use their taste buds for qualitative validation, a nearly unique process of validation in France, as Muscadet Village too. Here the quality is an absolute requirement, with a sensory analysis system using a Latin square design. It should be noted that each year the eligibility of the wine is reconsidered. For example, also when we receive the agreement for the wine, we have only 3 months to bottle. If not, we need a second agreement. We can't put AOC Touraine Chenonceaux on the label for life. The white wines of Touraine Chenonceaux, only made from Sauvignon Blanc grapes, are a great aromatic intensity. They reveal aromas of ripe fruits, citrus, pear, apricot, even exotic fruits, pineapple, passion fruit, and express fine brioche-like and toast notes. Ample, fat, and powerful in the mouth, their richness and complexity make it one of the greatest white wines of the Loire Valley. It will surprise you after a few years of aging. The red wines of Touraine Chenonceaux are a blend of Caux, also called Malbec, and Cabernet Franc. They reveal subtle aromas of ripe black fruit, cherry stewed fruits, ripe and jammy. In the mouth, the supple and silky smooth tannins provide for this wine elegance and long aging, worthy and great red wine from the Loire Valley. Currently, there is about 60 wine producers on appellation Touraine Chenonceaux. The Touraine Chenonceaux appellation white wine represent about 120 hectares, so 6,500 hectoliters. And for the red, about 50 hectares, so 1,500 hectoliters. In Noyer-sur-Cher, my town, we are 5 wine producers of Touraine Chenonceaux on 22 hectares. So 1,200 hectoliters. And on our own estate, the Domaine Pascal Gibault, we have currently 10 hectares, but we have the possibility to classify 20. And we produce currently 600 hectoliters. Our domain has one of the highest capacity over the entire appellation, which allows us to offer a large production and distribution of this premium wine. Let's discover how Touraine Chenonceaux, cuvée called Le Graal, on 2019 vintage. Si vous voyez, voilà, taille best. Grapes are selected on special plot following selective criteria, qualitative validation, which makes this wine unique. Beautiful golden yellow color, aromas of passion fruit, dry apricot, body with aromatic richness. Cuvée Le Graal combine wonderfully with scallop, fish, asparagus, and above all, for the pleasure to drink and to share a very good wine. I'm at your disposal for any additional information that you may need. Do not hesitate to visit my booth and contact me. We will have the possibility to discuss in private. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you for your attention, and in the meantime, cheers.
Merci, Danielle. Pascal, tu veux dire un mot? There's something you would like to say? Do you have questions about the presentation? So at some point, Danielle, the sound was cutting a little bit. But
Yeah.
for the graffiti, coming back to the graffiti, so in maybe you say it, but I couldn't hear it. What were those graffitis stating? There was a lot of it's the soldiers. They were just craving maybe the names of the girlfriends, their wives, or what were those graffitis?
Oh, everything. I'm looking for some graffiti.
Nothing
Graf
special. I mean, it's
graffiti. It depends on the soldiers, but we have different states.
can you
The
see my
sign, for example, yeah.
yes, do you see
Um,
the screen? So
yeah,
I made some research. I made some research, and I want to understand all these stones were in different houses. I mean, the graffitis were in one house, then in another, then in another. And the
yeah,
people of Noyer-sur-Cher collected all these stones and put them together. Is that correct?
yes, yes, yes. This
Okay,
memorial,
okay.
this memorial is not. It's only a copy because the graffiti are still in the cave. Yes.
Ah, okay, okay,
Okay. It's
understood.
only a copy for the memorial because it's impossible
To pick the
to.
stones or to pick the walls
Voilà.
from the houses. Okay, so they just okay, okay, understood. Now it's clear. Excellent.
Okay.
Me, I have a
So,
question.
Okay.
oui, vas-y, Pascal.
Ah, bonjour Odile.
Oui.
How are you?
Bonjour.
Alors, my question is for Michel. I see Michel Schweck from Atlanta is on the line. Hello, Michel. And I would like to know exactly how is the Sauvignon market in your area, the French Sauvignon market.
I think, I think that the area is probably not as famous as, Bordeaux, Burgundy, Champagne, but I think it's an up and coming area.
Mhm.
I personally love the Loire Valley and the wines from the Loire Valley. So I'm very interested in tasting, perhaps sampling her wines. I enjoyed the presentation very much, and just looking forward to meeting you. So
Oh,
we can chat.
yes, thank you, Michel. And I have a second question. Be honest with me. It's more difficult to sell the Sauvignon from France or the Sauvignon, for example, from Australia or other?
I
New
would say
Zealand?
it's a little more difficult.
Mhm.
Simply, I think that well, the New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc is probably very famous. So I think that you know, and the American Sauvignon Blanc is very, very popular too. As far as other countries, Sauvignon Blancs, I think France is definitely up and coming of people appreciating the Sauvignon Blancs that do come
Yes,
from that area.
bec-
Yes,
because they have the Sancerre, so I imagine the Sancerre, it's a good advertising for the Sauvignon Blanc, I imagine. Huh?
correct. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So thank you, Michel. Huh? I
Yes,
was
I think
curious to know. Thank you, Michel.
yes, I think that this is one of the specificities of France is that in the most of the time we use the appellation names and not the grapes. When in the New World people were using the varietals and everything, many people didn't get that actually Sancerre was. I mean, in the consumers, among the consumers, that the Sancerre was a very good quality of Sauvignon Blanc. But indeed, when you talk about Sauvignon Blanc, the first, when we are in a new world country, the first thing is that we think about New Zealand. And when you say Sancerre, you know what is Sancerre. But people don't make the common consumer will not make the connection. And this is where France has some work to do in improving the communication on their Sauvignon and making know the Loire Valley wines because
Good
they're very
point.
good.
Good point, Odile.
Yes, I'd have to agree with that. What is very helpful for the American market is if you put the grape name on the bottle somewhere, whether it's on the back label with the grape, and your description was very, very good about the passion fruit and so forth. It makes me want to try it. But it's very helpful to have the name of the grape on the bottle, and for us as an importer to have a description of the wine on the back label as well.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Michelle. It was great having you.
Yes, thank you. And I look forward to meeting you in the chat room.
Yes,
Okay,
thank you.
very good. Excellent.
Okay, I mean for Danielle, right?
Yes, yes.
So, ladies, thank you very much.
OK.
Any more questions? Merci beaucoup, Danielle.
Merci. Pas facile, moi aujourd'hui, mais bon, ça va.
Oh, it's okay. Take good care of your votre cheville. How do you say cheville? Ankle? The ankle.
Oui, parce que je suis pas au bureau, je n'ai pas tout sous la main.
Bon, no problem. Everything is flawless. Thank
OK.
you so much. Bye.
Merci beaucoup. Bye bye.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.